I'm joined by Peter Conroy, he's interesting on many, many levels, let's be clear, because apart from his day job, which is a member of the Dublin Fire Brigade, is brigade the technical term, Peter?
Yeah, Fire Brigade, yeah.
Dublin Fire Brigade. He's also one of only 2 Europeans nominated in this year's Billabong XXL Global Big Wave Awards, which is the kind of surfing that you see on those giant posters where there's a guy 3 floors up on the face of a wave, cheating death. The Big Wave Awards, do you compete in that, Peter, or is that awards for performances already registered?
Performance already registered, yeah. It's a year-round event, and so I surfed the wave back in January. One of the photographers and videographers sent it into Billabong saying, that could be up for an award. Got it back that it was nominated for Ride of the Year and Tube of the Year, and I only got into the top 5 of the Tube of the Year. So
Tube of the Year is where the wave crests over and holds you inside.
Yeah. So
this is the kind of surfing where you can't just paddle your way into the wave, isn't it?
No, it depends. Like, you can get into big waves like that, but on the day we were up in Mullaghmore, it was very windy and choppy, and you can only get into that kind of wave when you have assisted by a jet ski that'll tow you in.
And how do you make the call on which wave you're going to go for? Do you have hand signals?
Usually it's the driver, and Ollie was driving that day. He called the right wave, thank God, and basically let go of the rope, you glide into it, set yourself up, hope for the best, get through the barrel, and hope you don't get eaten by the wave.
From where you are in the wave, how high up are you? Are you low on the face?
All depends on the sequence of the event. So at the start, the wave would be sucking you back up the wave, and you'd have to use your weight to get yourself down to the bottom or mid wave. And if you go into the flats too much, you lose all your speed. So you have to get your speed to get through the barrel. Or if you're midway in the barrel, if you're too low down, you won't have the speed to get through.
And what sort of speed are you travelling at?
35, 40 k, yeah.
The waves are how high?
But depends the size of the wave.
Well,
the wave I was on,
the sort of sense of the big wave.
Anything over 15, 20 foot is a big wave, yeah. That'd be 15, 20 foot, 30 foot wave, yeah.
So 2-story house?
Yeah.
So you're halfway up the face of a 2-story house doing 35 mile an hour, sometimes towards cliffs?
Yeah. Usually, underneath the cliffs of Moher is, that's back end, and Mullaghmore, you're onto slab rocks, so.
Do you do yourself much damage, Peter?
I've damaged myself a few times now, but not in big wave surfing because it's all calculated. You don't put yourself in at risk. You have the jet skis there for safety and all that. It's more in big wave stuff. It's more drowning and hold your breath and go to your happy place more than if you're surfing a slabby reef.
How long do you have to hold your breath and go to your happy place?
It all depends. 40, 50 seconds is a long time when you're being beaten by white water, just smashed around the place.
So the wave breaks over you, and you then know in some instances, I'm here for a minute.
Oh yeah, you're down, and all depends. If the first wave holds you down, you can get a 2-wave hold down. So before you come up in the white water, the second wave has broken and pushes you back down for another. You could be under a minute. That's the dangerous time. And your backup team, your jet ski riders, will be in looking for you. So the minute you come up, they'll be there, hopefully, and you can just jump on the back of the ski.
And if it all goes well, in some instances, you end up in high waves at the foot of the cliffs of Moher.
Yeah, that's if it works. If it works, how do you mean if it works?
Well, if everything works according to plan,
yeah.
Where you finish is in high waves at the cliffs of Moher, where people need to be rescued from.
Yeah, no. You surf into a channel, so there'll be no waves breaking into the channel. So basically, your wave breaks into a channel in deeper water, so the waves, so you just come off and there's no waves there.
At the foot of the cliffs of Moher?
Yeah.
I've been at the foot of the cliffs of Moher in fairly decent weather, and it's still, there's, even with the slightest swell, there's lots of rocks. I have
an arrangement with the rocks. They don't hurt me, I don't hurt them. That's the kind of thing I have with them. I have ended up in there a few times, bounced around, and you end up on the rocks. Well, about a couple of years ago, I ended up in a big set, got washed the whole way in, had to ditch all my gear, had to stand there for 20 minutes, dive in, swim for 40 minutes to get out. And that's the thing, you need to have your training behind it before you even think about going out to these places. And there's a massive training like jet ski training. We have a club set up now in the last 5 or 6 years that deals specifically with jet ski training in white water. And we bring...
Because you must have to self-rescue. The RNLI aren't going to come here,
No, we talk to RNLI, we talk to the helicopters. They won't be able to rescue us underneath the cliffs. So that's why we have to self-rescue. And we don't want to put anybody else in danger. So we got guys from Hawaii, we got guys from England come over and train us up in jet ski rescue and self-rescue. And I'm a paramedic, so I do a lot of that. Anything that goes wrong. And a lot of lads are first responders as well. We have VHF rescue certificates as well. And all those kind of certs.
Is it common among paramedics, among fire fighters to do that kind of activity?
No.
Is it not? You're one of the few.
I'm one of the few, yeah. I always try and convince the lads to come down. I have brought a few lads down, and some of them stood up on the board, some of them didn't. But.
So your week is you go to work, fish people out of rivers, save people from burning buildings, and then to cool yourself down at the weekend,
jump in the water. That's it.
You surf giant waves into the cliffs some more.
Yeah, but I surf normal waves as well. Like I was in Lahinch on Wednesday and Thursday, and I surfed small 3-4 foot on my longboard. Nothing I enjoy more than just getting out and surfing and enjoying it.
You probably would have started, I'm guessing, surfing at a time when it wasn't in Ireland as massively popular as it is now.
Oh no, yeah. I used to go out to Lahinch and Spanish Point, and you know everybody in the water. And now you go out and you know 2 or 3 of the lads, the local lads that'll be out there. Without
that culture then, because if you're doing it in Hawaii, your granddad surfed and you can ask him about it and you can get trained up. How do you get to be an international quality big wave surfer? Is it all self-taught?
It's all self-taught, yeah. A lot of it was, yeah. You're just looking at some of the lads from Hawaii came over, and Robbie Seeger came over, and he basically said, this is how you set up your jet ski, this is how you do it. Brought other guys over to train us up. We were cowboys at the start, I won't deny that. We went out and we were stupid for doing it. And we realised quickly, we need to get trained. And we did the training, and as I said, the club is set up. If anybody wants to get involved, you can contact us on the website.
And do you still give us the website?
The Irish Tow Surf Rescue Club.
Irish.org.
There's one at the top, and then there's 3 or 4 down.
When you're out, do you ever look and say, there's a cowboy? And if so, do you intervene? If there's somebody putting themselves at risk, do you say, your own problem, pal?
No, it's all to their own. If something goes wrong, we're there to help everybody. That's what we do. We never turn our back on anybody. And sometimes when the lads are all paddling the cliffs, and I go out on the ski, and we use a ski to get out there. Sometimes some lads walk down the Goats Trail down to the cliffs. Some of us will sit on the ski and just do safety. If the lads wipe out, we just go and collect them, bring it back out. It's a good community spirit out there, especially up in Mullaghmore. If I'm going up to Bundoran, I'd bring the lads up there to tow. I'd be like the Rogie Log or Pete in Surf School or Richie. I'd be like, lads, we're coming up, and the lads be like, oh, you can stay at our place, and we'll go out together. And it's all, you don't go out to these spots by yourself, because you're like, well, we need if something goes wrong.
Do you call each other brah and say things are bitching?
No, we're not like that at all.
What's coming up in the way of international competition? Do you compete internationally?
I don't, no.
No temptation to?
No, not
Why?
at all. Because I work for a living, and I just do it for the pleasure of doing it. There is the Kenny's Open run by the West Coast Surf Club is running next weekend in Lahinch, and it's just all the local lads getting together and have a bit of fun out in the sea. I'll be competing at that. The local ones, that's all I compete in. But
the big wave stuff, if you get, because that's more an award than a straight competition. If you get that, that's worth a few quid, isn't it?
It's $5,000 for myself, and Rue McCrudden then is the photographer who was out there taking photographs off the jet ski. He's up for $2,000 award as well. So if we win it, which is, I can't even imagine winning it now, but it's up in the top 1 or 2 to win. So if I win that, it's just
with money like that going, do you find more and more people going out with cameras trying to get the perfect picture?
You do, but it is a high end spec cameras, housing, everything, waterproof housing. Rue has been doing it for a few years. You got David Allstorn, you got Mickey Smith, you got James Skerritt, you got all the boys. I know everyone that's doing it. And they're very good at what they do, but you need a jet ski, you need even lads that go out to swim in the area. I just advise them, at the cliffs, it's very hard to swim in that area because there's a lot of water moving around. And we'd always be keep an eye on the photographers, because without them, the images will never.
And do you ever wear a GoPro?
Yeah, I've only just currently got one off Anthony Walsh, who's a GoPro rep from Hawaii. He gave me one, he was over recently, and then I bought one myself as well.
And where, helmet mounted is it, or what?
I'll put one on my board now and one on my head as well.
Have you put any of the stuff up on YouTube?
No, not yet.
Are you
I haven't even. I went snowboarding there a couple of weeks ago, and we got loads of footage from that, so.
But it's presumably that's becoming more and more common. More and more guys are taking footage of themselves while they're doing it.
That's all they're doing now, yeah. Because it's hard to get footage, especially in Ireland. The weather and everything, you'd be trying to ring around to say, oh, you'll come get some photographs. But
how do we compare internationally in terms of big wave surfing? Have we got? Is it still Hawaii is the place to go?
Ireland. They're coming here.
More so than Hawaii?
Oh yeah. Hawaii is, you have Jaws and you have Pipeline, you have all the best waves, but they're crowded and there's a amount of people on them. Whereas in Ireland we have the best in the world. We have the best. It's just humble when they come here. Everyone's invited, but it's just the weather. They can't handle the weather. It's cold, -5 degrees when you're wind chill. Like the day we were out is -5, it was snowing. And like
it was snowing while you were in the swell.
There was a whole lot of Hawaiian pros over and everything, and they were just like in their car like shivering. It's like, oh God.
Peter, give us that website again.
It's IrishTowSurfRescueClub.com. And you can go on or .org, sorry, and you can go on donate and help myself and Rue get there as well. We've a donate because we have no sponsors at the moment, so.
Peter Conroy, thank you very much, and Peter, we wish you the best of luck in the awards and hope that you get it. Not that you give us a cut in, $7,000 going, we get a penny. Nah, not a bit of it.
The bank sees it all. If I get it now, it's all straight into my bank account. It'll be eaten up. And I'd like to say that all the lads in the station would like Murray to come out and say hello to them. That's all I've got on the phone now is that tell Murray to come in and visit them.
53102 Ray at TodayFM.com.
The Ray Darcy Show on Today FM.